first one, sorry. Oh, yeah. I was like comparing them on these screens.
Yeah, these are, it's a little different.
Yeah, it's much lighter on our computers, but.
Yeah, I think that first one's a little too neon. So.
And then, upkeep on it, are they gonna do the upkeep on it? Is this gonna be something that is approved and just left? Or do we put a, age limit on it? Say, hey, we're gonna approve this for a year, and we'll revisit after a year to see how it's being maintained, what it looks like, if it starts chipping, those type of things.
So you're welcome to do so. The primary question being asked on the variance is just for the ability to produce a sign that's not allowed inside your ordinance. However, inside your ordinance, there's already provisions and sections regarding maintenance and upkeep. And the plan would have been to just treat this like any of the other signs, right? And for one, we have like non-conforming, so if you have a business and then you leave the sign, you know, we get you to take it down. If the sign's just in disarray, we get you to clean it up. So I think that same level of detail would be put into this, but if you desire like any further provisions or like seeing them again in a year, it's something we could write into the variance.
Yeah, we definitely wanna just make sure that it's like, doesn't just get neglected, so, because it will be what they see coming right almost through the middle of town. Yeah, it's very nice, kinda touches everything.
I do like it. So with that, I'll take a motion to, approve the sign variance for the Vernia Car Wash.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the sign variance located at Vernia Car Wash.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Items specific to future agenda items. Does anybody have anything? Does staff have anything?
Nothing at the moment.
2 years. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. The meeting of the zoning board of adjustments is closed. And unless someone needs a break, we're gonna go right into the city council meeting. And so I'll call to order at 6:36, city council meeting of Vernia. And we'll check and see if we have citizens to be heard. You don't have anybody? Okay, good, I don't have to butcher anybody's name. All right, so we'll move on to item 3, consent agenda. We're on the consent agenda, we have the minutes for the May 14th, 2026 City Council meeting, the minutes for the May 18th, 2026 City Council, MDD and Planning and Zoning Workshop, and financials for the month of April. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, consent agenda is approved. Item 4, A, discussion and consider action on surplus miscellaneous city-owned property.
The first item Donald is going to present on.
So in reference to the vehicle shown, it's our oldest police unit. We basically add oil to it daily. It's on its last leg, to be honest, so it's been a good vehicle. It's been over at the primary for years with the SRO, but it's been a good vehicle, but it's time. Wouldn't be any value to put any more funding into any repairs or replacement or anything, so maybe it's time. So be happy if y'all would consider surplusing that, and whatever funding you get, if y'all would also consider using that for another project that the city has, or public works, or whatever y'all seem would be fine. Thank you.
And I think we have a Christmas tree too.
We do, and Bobby's going to present on this item.
So this is the old Christmas tree now, I guess you could say. Danny mentioned to me before that it has been with the city between 10 to 12 years, and I put it at $1,000, just considering just it's sort of also like near its end of its lifespan. Still works, still functional, and that's basically it. The trailer's not for sale, but all the other stuff is.
And if the starting bid is 1,000, if that does not come in, we'll take the highest available bid. Okay. All right, with that, accept a motion for surplusing the miscellaneous city property, the vehicle, and the Christmas tree.
I make a motion to surplus the police vehicle and the Christmas tree.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? All right. Motion carries. Discussion and consider action on the appointment of a new member to the Parks and Recreation Commission. Martin Poor has put his name in to be appointed to the Parks and Recreation Commission, and I recommend that he be appointed.
Make a motion to appoint Martin to the Park and Recreation Commission.
All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, item C, discussion, consideration, action, appointment of a new member to the Municipal Development District Board of Directors. This one, we're going to, the position was originally for my position. I've chose to stay on the MDD, so there's no available position. Mr. Poor did put his name in to be part of that, and me and him have discussed it, that we will keep his application on file for future use. All right, let's see here. D, discussion, consider action on appointing Don, Wilson County Tax Assessor Collector as the designated officer to calculate the no new revenue tax rate and voter approval tax rate for 2026 tax year in accordance with Chapter 26 of the Texas Tax Code.
Make a motion to appoint Don Bloss Barnett as the designated officer to calculate the new revenue tax rate and voter approval tax rate for the 2026 tax year.
All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, she's appointed. Discussion and consider action regarding the building acquisition resolution proposed by the Wilson County Appraisal District. Do we have anybody here? Oh, awesome, thank you. Let's hope.
Good evening. My name is Jenny. I'm with the Wilson County Appraisal District. I'm the chief appraiser. This is Jordan, one of our lead appraisers. So we're here to talk about the resolution. However, it was rescinded at our meeting last week. It's going to be sent back out probably at the end of July again with some updated information, kind of fixing a few holes that we feel like need to be placed in there. There was a lot of misinformation passed around from some other entities, and we're just trying to get those all corrected and the information out in a different way. The main thing is, just because we rescinded it doesn't change that we don't need the building. We still need more room. We're at our max where we're at. We've been in this building, or the last time we requested funds from an entity was 29 years ago. That was in 97 when they built the building originally. The tornado took our building out in 2016, I think. And we actually built with the insurance money and reserve accounts and what we had in our funds at that point. So we have not gone to entities requesting money for 29 years. So the building we're looking at, it's still gonna be the same building that's gonna come out on the next resolution. However, I do feel like this building would be for a good amount in the future, 50, 60 years for the appraisal district. It serves the purposes we need now with a better location, more space to grow. We need more staff. We're at our max, but it also is for the future also where we have the room to keep growing in it. The goal is to not have to come back in 5 to 10 years and ask for money again for something different. Just a few points is, in the last 10 years, the appraisal district has refunded a total of $755,000 to entities that we haven't spent in our budgets. The city of Vernia has received $2,455.79 of that. It's based on the allocation, the amount that's paid in from each entity. So we are being very cautious with the money. We don't overspend. We're really trying to do what's best for the county and the entities that we serve. if this building project goes through in the future, the city of Lavernia's, for the building payment would go up $1,067 for the year. And for budget-wise total, it would go up $1,283. So I feel like that's pretty fair for it. And like I said, it's for the future. It's not just for a couple years.
I'm surprised you guys don't like working 6 people on a conference table, face to face. That's shocking to me. Does anybody have any questions? So will y'all be bringing this back to
Yes,
us?
sir.
Okay, so we'll table this item and bring it back.
Correct. So the goal is to bring it back probably the end of July is our hopes to get it back out to the entities. And the way it works is we service 23 entities, but out of the 23, 9 of them, we only have to take this to 9 entities. And out of the 9, we need 7 of them to either approve it or take no action, because no action means it's approved. So,
All right. No other questions? All right, can I get a motion to table? Do you have questions? Oh, okay, can I get a motion to table this and move it to next month's agenda?
I'll make a motion that we table the acquisition resolution proposed by the Wilson County Appraisal District for the July meeting.
Can I get a second? She's fast. She's fast. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you all.
thank you.
Will you all be coming back next month to?
Absolutely.
Awesome, great, thank you. Next item on F, discussion and consider action of appointing a new council member. And we received an application from Chelsea Engel. Is she here by chance?
She's your yes.
Okay. Does anybody want to speak on her behalf?
I will first. I've known Chelsea for quite a long time. She did not go to school here, but she did marry a Lavernia boy, so, and I know the things that she does in the community. She was a teacher for quite a while. She worked with Katie, doing that type of stuff for a little bit. But yeah, no, she's a great lady. I think she'll bring value to the city council.
She loves this town and she just wants to make it better any way she's able to.
So I recommend Chelsea Engel to be appointed to the City Council of Vernia. I'll take a motion.
Go ahead, Katie.
I'll make a motion that we accept Chelsea Engel's application as a member of the Vernia City Council.
Garrett, do I have a second? I'll second. Give you a chance. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, she's appointed. All right, item 5, discussion only. Discuss surrounding amendment duties related to the maintenance of the dog park.
Hi. So the dog park currently is maintained and operated by a coalition called the Wagon Tail Group, which is this group right here.
The whole group?
No, there's one more of us from the coalition. One moved away, so now there's just 3. And the rest of them are the dog parents that are in our group that meet and they help out it.
Thank you.
And so the group or the coalition is started around 2019. It's been moving along. They've added and expanded on the dog park amenities and such. And as it stands right now, they are sort of wanting help with the operation and maintenance of the dog park. In our ordinances or there's an agreement with the city and the group where it is the group's sole responsibility to maintain and operate the dog park. They're wanting to come to us to now maintain and operate the dog park. It's a small little piece of land. It's right next to the shop. It shouldn't be too much of work. I met with the coalition on yesterday actually and talked to them, and they still very much want to be involved with the group or with the dog park. And I see no issues with them still volunteering and just doing some of the basic stuff at the dog park. Ultimately, city staff will just be mowing and just doing some of the yard work there. And that's pretty much it.
Fixing the fountains.
Oh yes, and there's a couple fountains there for the dogs and such. They have some extra parts, and they have some parts that we could look into and try to figure out. We could probably get a better price because we're a municipal government. Those type of discounts. one thing that's on their end is that they do have some extra funds. It's like $800. Talked recently, and they plan on just expending all those funds on either getting doggy waste stations and then a couple trees for the dog park, which I see no problem with. If y'all see anything, let me know. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Now, to get in, so it has to be mowed on the inside, is that a push mower issue?
No, the issue comes with mowing is that they don't have the funds to be paying someone to go out there consistently. Our zero turn mowers and any other sort of mower they have side gates that
they do,
get
okay.
that fit in there.
What does the contract say as far as maintenance?
It just says, maintenance of dog park. It is the sole responsibility of the Wagon Trail Dog Park Coalition to maintain the dog park. The City of Vernia assumes no liability for their use or maintenance. The City of Vernia does not give them exclusive use of the dog park anytime.
So do we have to rework that contract, Lindsay?
Yes, we would have to do that.
Okay. So you said also, sorry, I have one more question. There's fountains in there that don't work?
It's dog fountains. They,
I mean, to explain.
yeah, you're good.
They work, it's just sometimes when it freezes, some of the parts, because they're plastic, then they freeze and they don't break, so we have to replace them. So we've got some dads that do that, we have to buy the parts and then they do it. Sometimes it takes a while, but that's an expense too, so I've been very diligent. The money that we still have is from what we originally made with our fundraising to start the park. We have not done any other fundraising since we built it, so we've really been frugal about what we do. And a lot of stuff I buy out of my own pocket. The mower we have right now, he mows, and I just found him and got him started. He's mowed like 3 times, I think, maybe for us. But I pay him $50 to mow the large area. I weed eat it, and I weed eat the small area and the bullpen. But I recently hurt my hand, so last time I paid him to do the extra because I just couldn't do it all. But, and he's doing it out of charity.
Yeah.
to do
No, I
that.
was just asking just because if there's any funds that you have, I mean, could that not go towards the fixing of the fountains? And then, I mean, that's just
Yeah,
me.
what we're looking at too and discuss with hubby, that we've got the waste stations, the doggy depots, like in the park. We had donated to there also, but they're rusting away because dogs eat them. So we were looking at the plastic ones so that they wouldn't deteriorate. Just a one-time fix, to fix the 3 that we had there. Or 4 that, I think we had 4. And then, I mean, trees, it doesn't matter. I mean, just one of the parents suggested get more trees. So,
Right, I
parent
think that-
suggestion, it's all parent suggestions.
Yeah, I think that what we need to do is, we all sit down with them and rework the agreement, before we do any other maintenance. I think we need to make sure that we have that in place before we accept any of the duties.
I mean, this is just a thought. If we're taking over everything and they're just gonna be there on a volunteer basis, would the coalition just go away? I mean, they can still have a coalition, but the agreement with the city, that would just be hobby, or them just doing things when they're there,
Yeah.
right? Like,
What we talked about was like, we would still pick up for people who don't pick up, still
yeah,
pick it up.
right?
before we
You'd be the
mow,
good
pick up
citizen when you're
facilities.
there, yeah.
What we do anyway.
Right.
Right, yeah, I would agree. I would think this would dissolve the contract that we currently have
Right.
ongoing. And then the only thing of note, and the reason why it's here before you tonight is that, and I know a lot of folks were not on the council at the time when we adopted, but some were, that at the time, the council was pretty committed to the contract of not wanting to engage in the maintenance. So, and not to say that we, aren't interested in doing so, but that's just something to note, that if y'all are okay with us taking over the maintenance, perfect, we're capable to do so, like Bobby mentioned, of minimal cost to the city, and we can have continuity in the park that way.
Yep.
But it would be great if y'all just continue to volunteer and be champions for the dog park that way. But it would, dissolve our contractual obligations to one another.
Yeah, I think we, I'll let you handle that, we'll work on that, but, I agree with that if that's gonna be the case, then maybe one of the dog park coalition members is appointed to or placed on the parks committee as a voice for that, but if we're gonna take it over, then it needs to be all encompassing.
Yeah, and when we had that meeting, I mentioned that's something that's gonna be coming around pretty soon, where we're gonna have the committee and such, and or the commission.
And I have put in my application twice for the Parks Committee.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
so, any other discussion on this? All right, thank you. B, discussion regarding an update on the park restrooms.
Go to the next slide. Okay, so I know there was some discussions regarding the park restrooms over the past couple months, or the past month. Staff went ahead and addressed some of those problems. If you could scroll down. So these were the before pictures. There were some holes and some gaps that can be seen. One thing to note was that the holes and gaps lead to the maintenance area and not towards the other side of the stalls. So if you were to scroll down a little more. Staff went ahead and fixed them. We put the spray foam, and picture's not updated, but we shaved down the excess spray foam and then made it match the silver color, so now you can't really see it. I scroll down a little bit. There you go. Oh, I did put them on there. So that's how they look now. On the lady side of things, we did add some feminine hygiene disposable bins. We covered up the holes, and now that's how they look. One thing to note is that scroll to the fountains. There you go, right there. If you zoom in a little bit, you can't really see it there, but sort of see it. All those pipes and the wires that sort of activate the motion sensors are exposed right now. I am working with the plumbing and contractors to try to get that pushed into the maintenance area so it's no longer be visible and it can no longer be messed with. On the plumbing side of things, we are looking into making sure that the plumbing is correct and correctly done. I got two people. I have one person coming out tomorrow, and I already have another person working on another proposal on how much it might cost to plumb the restroom correctly, essentially. Scroll down, or zoom out and scroll down. I didn't want to mention about the restroom drainage or just that area specifically. We are planning on getting some gutters for the restroom, and one of the plans was that we were going to push the water to the back of the stall, and it's a sort of like a broader goal of trying to do a rainwater collection system in that area. But while meeting with gutter proposal people and trying to get a better understanding of how much it might cost, we actually talked about just moving the water towards the front of the restroom and pushing the water down towards where the pavilion's at, because ultimately where we want the water to be going is to the proposed drainage project coming through. And that pooling is very much just a day's worth of rain that comes in. If you were to do what I'm talking about, where it's push the water forward, shoot the downspouts down, and then we're going to put a little trench with a grate over it so it's not exposed, and shoot the water out, that whole area is going to just sort of flood down or move down towards the way that it goes right now. It goes under the pavilion, by the splash pad beachers, sort of sits there for a little bit, and then eventually makes its way down towards the like road portion that comes out, and it sort of pools there. The end goal again is just to try to get the water to continue going down that way into the drainage project, and so there'll be some more discussion on what's the plan for that. And that's pretty much it on the park restrooms. We're trying to get it sort of fixed up and basically up to spec. I do want to add that we did have Vera Veritas come out and do an inspection, and we passed. So everything is up to code. It's just the small stuff that sort of came out.
So walk me through the plumbing on the sinks again. Who did our guys do the plumbing, or did the contractor do the plumbing?
Our guys did the plumbing. Our guys did all the plumbing for the restroom.
Okay, and so you're gonna have somebody come out to tell me that part again.
When I talked to one of the plumbing contractors, or one of the new plumbing contractors, he said that everything works, everything is fine, but it's just not the best. And so we're just gonna want to make it the best, and we're gonna try to make sure that it's actually flowing right. Again, Bureau Veritas came out, they said that everything's up to code, and he just did a plumbing guy, so it's not like plumbing ready essentially, but everything works and everything's fine. We do have one stall on the men's side that shoots up water right now, and there's an out of order sign right there, and so that stall's closed.
So what specifically is the issue with the plumbing? Other than it just, it's not.
Exposed.
That's, when I asked the guy that, one of the plumbing contractors, that he said that it's just not really like the best plumbing that could be. And
Okay.
so he said everything works, it's just not the best.
I think my only, is there trash cans in the? I just see a 5-gallon bucket right there.
No, that's on the that's on the lady side.
Okay.
We have that there because sometimes they like, there's like trash in there that happens.
Gotcha.
I do want to try to get a trash can for that area, but the only thing is that we do have a trash can outside already, and since
Oh,
there's
okay.
like,
There's no
it's
trash
just
can
really,
inside.
it's
Okay.
just there for this common courtesy, but I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
So why don't we have a trash can on the inside?
There's one outside already.
This bucket is the
What?
everyone trash can, did you have handles?
No, that one's just there, that one's there just to sort of be there, we just didn't take it out yet, but we do have a trash can outside already.
Okay, but that doesn't answer the question why we don't have one inside.
Yeah,
Just 'cause,
that
I
doesn't
mean,
make any sense.
Okay,
I mean, I'm just thinking like,
It's
people
trash
with
cans right there.
young
Yeah.
kids with pull-ups and stuff,
Yeah.
I mean,
Is there even a baby changing station?
yes, on both
In
sides.
both of them?
okay, we need to do better. We can afford to put a trash can in
I
there.
got you.
And I'm talking like
In
a
both
nice
sides.
commercial one,
Yeah.
not just a kitchen trash can. And, yeah, oh, wow, yeah. Okay, thank you, honey.
And I do wanna make sure I understand, because I went out and looked too. At no time, you could see from the men's restroom into the women's restroom, it all went into our
The maintenance
utility maintenance area, correct?
Yes, sir.
I just wanna make sure that the public understands that.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Thanks. Discussion regarding the monthly meter replacement report.
Yes. So there's still 157 total meters that need to be replaced, that's including all the different sizes. We have them all ordered, Josh had gotten them all ordered. Unfortunately, the larger 3-inch meters are back ordered a couple months. The 1-inch meters, we still haven't received, but they said we'll receive them before the end of the month. Just with Public Works dealing with all of the issues with the line breaks and everything, they haven't had time to get to installing them. Every time they've had a line break on a service line, I've told them, like, if that's a meter that needs to be installed it while you have dug up, but they haven't been able to have the time to like mass go out and do the meter installation. I've reached out to a couple contractors about just trying to get a price to have them come and install them, to take it off of Public Works to do it. Fortunately, a little bit harder than I anticipated, just with getting people that are certified through Mueller, so we don't ruin the warranty on any of our meters. So I'm hoping next month I'll have those numbers to give y'all, but they're just taking a little bit of extra time because trying to find those certified people. But other than that, I think that's really kind of where we stand on it, but.
Anybody have any questions on the meter replacement report? Okay, thank you. Item 6, ordinance. A, discuss and consider action of ordinance number 06112601, amending the Vernia Code of Ordinance, Chapter 36 regarding meters and delinquent water bills. Back to you.
Yeah, so this is kind of what we talked about last month, and then I went to Maria to get some clarification on exactly how the billing and everything works, so we could update this kind of to match everything. So again, there's still just the changing of the bills due on the 15th, and that's the way we've operated, although that's not reflected in our code. Same thing there. Yeah, so this was the big thing that we had questions on about the disconnection of service and how exactly that worked. So the disconnect day kind of varies. They do it on the 24th or as close as they can get to it. We don't want it to be on a Friday just because that doesn't give people the opportunity to come in the next day to pay it. So they'll only do it Monday through Thursday. So it's the closest Monday through Thursday that's not a holiday that falls after the 24th. And we did change that the payment needs to be done by the day before disconnect day. So it was They were operating on it was 9 a.m. on disconnect day, just because hoping kind of that hour in the morning would give people the opportunity to pay, but it was not published anywhere, so I think there was a lot of confusion as to exactly what the time was. So we think for cleaner practices, to make it the end of business the day before, so if you come to City Hall, you have till 5. If you do pay it online, you have till midnight. So I think that's just to kind of clarify that, where everyone, and then there's the thing saying, any unpaid charges, once they rack up, and you have been disconnected, you've been given the chance to remediate that, they can be sent to collections in the future.
What I don't, we didn't talk about, we did kind of slightly talk about my concern, does it allow y'all to have the wiggle room in a situation where we have a elderly couple that just cannot pay it right now, not
Yes.
making them have no water or something like that, where we can,
So the
you can make a decision administratively, not just.
Yes, so the code does already have in it, and we did not change it, that.
I just don't wanna put anybody in a life-threatening situation.
Yeah, it
because
does
everybody-
have in it that the city administrator can make one variance a year to allow for a delayed payment, that won't cause it, I just haven't figured exactly.
That's fine,
Where it
I'll
says it.
put this in there, because that's my biggest concern.
But yeah, it does allow, it does only allow, I think, for one a year, but obviously if situations allow, we can come to y'all for additional guidance within that month, we will see you at some point, so.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns on that ordinance? I'll accept a motion to accept the resolution.
Make a motion to accept ordinance number 06-1126-01, amending the Vernia Code of Ordinances, chapter 36 regarding meters and delinquent water bills.
All right, second? I'll second. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right. That ordinance is changed. Item 7, resolution number R06112601 regarding Operation Lone Star. Chief?
Beginning of the year, I think this came before you guys, I think around February of this year. We did apply for the grant to the governor's office for Operation Lone Star. As you all know, combats drug trafficking, human trafficking, sexual trafficking, things like that. We're part of that group now, just not grant funded. This grant will basically support the salary of an officer, provide us a vehicle and some other equipment that we applied for, and it's coming up for most likely the award of the grant, we're hoping, here in just the next couple of months. So part of the grant requirements when you apply is a resolution that you have before you today.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 061126-01 for Operation Lone Star.
Garrett's got a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 6, executive session. We have no reason to go into executive session in this meeting, correct?
We do.
We do. Okay. All right, so with that, the city council of the city of Livonia reserves the right to adjourn into executive session at any time during the course of the meeting to discuss any matters listed above as authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act. So pursuant to local government code section 551072, deliberation about real property on the Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, the city council will meet in executive session to deliberate real property relating to 13794 US Highway 87 West. So with that, I'll ask everybody to leave the chamber so we can go into executive session. Thank y'all.
Darn it. Where is this? There you are. Oh, that's not it. Okay, it gotta be here somewhere. There it is. Still going or not? It's still going.